This is such a gentle way of entering into this moment, kind of putting down the habit energy of momentum and stepping into and over a threshold into something new. And what we're stepping into is the exploration of the Four Noble Truths in Buddhism. And we have been reviewing this all month long. And again, I want to return to the basics of it. You know, the Buddha brought to our awareness and is inviting us to really explore all the ways we experience discomfort, unsatisfactoriness. Life simply isn't doing life the way we think it should, the way we want. And we have all kinds of thoughts and feelings and stories about that. And the risk is that when we engage those thoughts, feelings, and stories, we could escalate the discomfort. We could add to the unsatisfactoriness of the situation. So the Buddha taught the second noble truth is whoa, Nelly, cool your jets, slow down. There might be something going on. There might be a reason for this. There might be some conditions that are beyond your seeing, beyond the immediacy of the situation, that if you can just take a moment to pause and reflect, could sort of temper the momentum of your dis-ease. The third noble truth is, lo and behold, there always is. There's always some reason for our discomfort. And if we can understand it, look at it, be curious about it, sure enough, our clinging and our craving and our attachment to these things begins to ease, and our suffering, our discomfort begins to lighten up. We begin to experience a little bit more harmony in our lives. And more than anything, we begin to experience some equanimity. We begin to recognize, wow, if not for this uncomfortable situation, I wouldn't have access to understanding my own habit energy of doubt, insecurity, envy, anger. And so by really dipping into these conditions, by really gently cultivating some curiosity and being with ourselves with a degree of equanimity, the goodness, the badness, the neutrality, we don't have access to easing our own misery. But the moment we can entertain this equanimity, the moment we can understand, oh, this discomfort is here to awaken me, it's here to mature me, that is the moment we begin to suffer just a little bit less. The fourth noble truth is, this is a practice, friends. The Buddha called it the Noble Eightfold Path, and there are significant, powerful concepts that we can commit to, we can devote to as signposts, as guides, to keep our practice focused and determined. Concepts like wise intention. What is my intention for reacting to whatever I'm reacting to? What is my intention for speaking? What is my intention for writing this email? What's my understanding? Wise understanding. Most of the time, we are operating from a lack of understanding, and we are just operating from one impulse to the next. And so if we can pause that and just gain a little bit of understanding, we're going to participate in our lives with more wisdom, more care, more compassion. This leads to our wise actions. When we take the time to really consider what we're doing, we will inevitably respond with more wisdom. One of the most accessible exercises is in the form of our speech, wise speech. What do we say? How do we say it? What is our capacity to listen? All of this requires a degree of wise effort, wise mindfulness. And this leads to changes in your life. Your life suddenly becomes framed by these noble aspects, and suddenly your whole livelihood wants to be a part of it. And this is wise livelihood. And of course, it takes wise concentration. That is the practice. In the Spokane Sangha, I created 4 stickers to depict the Four Noble Truths. The first sticker is this one, and I call it the reverent approach. To understand our suffering, to be with our understanding, is to cultivate and strengthen reverence in our lives. It's to recognize that all of life, including our suffering, is sacred. The second noble truth, there are conditions to our misery. That's the sticker. Would you look at that? You hear me say it all the time. It's such a neat pause. Oh my God, I'm so mad. Would you look at the way I'm gnashing my teeth? I'm growling. I'm judging someone. The third noble truth is the harmony, the cessation, the end of suffering, the ease. And this comes from the practice of equanimity. And this sticker reads, "That's true and not the whole truth." What else is true? So today I was writing about the accusation that people experience, especially it's very common in recovery. People in recovery are often accused of being selfish. You're so selfish. Yikes. Ouch. That hurts. And why does it hurt? Because it's probably true. And it's not the whole truth. Of course I'm selfish. Yes. But I'm not only selfish, I'm a lot more. I'm also selfless. And sometimes to find that balance, I have to be a little self-centered and a little self-absorbed, a little selfish. And then I can turn it around and become a little more selfless. That's true, not the whole truth. And the fourth noble truth in these stickers, in terms of the practice and the Noble Eightfold Path, is this sticker. Practice doesn't make perfect, friends. There's no such thing. We invite everything to be perfect as it is. Practice makes practice. It's so obvious. It's just a practice. So we keep practicing. Moment to moment to moment. Sometimes we nail it. It's amazing. And sometimes we're so sucky. It's terrible. Keep practicing. In terms of recovery, one of the habit energies that we're trying to understand is the impulsivity to reach for a substance or a behavior that allows us to avoid difficult feelings, maybe even a difficult memory. And, we develop a habit because for a period of time, that reaching and grasping was effective. It worked. It helped until it didn't. But now we've got a groove that's been dug. Now we're in the habit of it. And so unlearning that, finding new ways to cope and adapt, takes some time. It takes some practice. What we're doing in the Recovery Dharma approach is, rather than hammering ourselves into shape, rather than conforming to fixed beliefs, we are invited to use our own lives, our own experiences, the majesty of our own minds and hearts as instruments to experiment with what is true, what is real. I can't tell you what's real for you in your life. You are the director. You are the conductor. You are the master and the co-creator of your life. It is a divine calling, a sacred calling, one that you were created for, with incorruptible wisdom, tenacity, joy, kindness, presence. You have everything you need. What we are endeavoring to do in these practices of deep understanding is excavating that impeccable wisdom from the layers of the layers of misconduct, pain, trauma, and like any true archaeological dig, there's a time for shovels and pickaxes, and there's a time for the most gentle brush. Because what we are unearthing in this spiritual practice is something so very precious. And this, my friends, is you. Your full human spiritual self. friends. Beside all the hurt in your life, all the things that haunt, you are a magnificent human spiritual light. And you all know that in our spiritual practices here, we often put our hands in prayer pose and we bow and we say namaste. And many people know namaste to mean some variation of the light in me sees the light in you. We are one light. For me, when I say namaste, when I bow like this, one of the things that I am saying to you is, to the sacredness of you, I bow. So I'd like to do that here, friends, and end our practice. Your whole journey, your whole self is so precious and sacred. To the sacredness of you, I bow. All right, let's end our practice today with a dedication of merit. What's coming alive for me in this moment is that beautiful line from Rumi, beyond notions of right and wrong, there is a garden. And so imagine if you can be that garden, a riot of color and texture and activity, an expression of evolutionary magic since beginningless time. You, in this moment, are that magnificence with all of your misgivings, with all of your mistakes, with all of your traumas. Beside all of it is your beauty and your wonder. And beyond all of that is this grand mystery, this preciousness of life that you are a part of. You, me. And what if we could imagine that as a label? What if we could imagine that label as a blessing? So play with that label. I am a blessing. See how it sticks. See if it sticks. See if you can see others and their blessings. And when you can't, just know that this is a gentle chime to come into practice. Thank you for your blessing in this space. It is a source of inspiration that transforms me and by extension transforms the world. And so it is for you. Namaste, friends. To the sacredness of you, I bow. Thank you, friends. So good. Bye, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope I can see you on Sunday. You're all welcome to join us. And if not, we'll see ya. Bye-bye. I wish I could take you all home with me. Make some soup together.
I want some of your spaghetti.
It's really good. I will say it's really good. And we're doing spaghetti and then we're doing lasagna for the weekend.
Yum.
It's really, really good. Homemade, it cooks for hours. It's very good.
Enjoy.
Mwah. Bye, everybody. Lou, such an amazing share. You're an amazing human being. Jordan, I'm so enjoying getting to know you too. Bye, Sage. Bye, Astarte. Bye, Kim. Bye, Patricia. Bye, everybody. Bye, Lo.